Alright, hey guys, so I see that we want to talk about how to use Christian tools in spellcraft. And let me tell you, there are a lot of Christian tools that you can use in spellcraft. So obviously the very first one I'm going to talk about is none other than the Bible itself. The Bible is an incredible spell tool. Incredible. Mostly because there are certain sections like Psalms that when you look inside can kind of help you structure your spell a little bit. There are Psalms that are asking God for help, whether financial, help from enemies, any of these kinds of things. There are a lot of Psalms that praise God and ask for specific things. And you can use those to organize the rest of your spell structure. For example, if you're really going through it, Psalm 4 is pretty big. It goes like this. Answer me when I call, O God, my vindicator. You freed me from distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. You men, how long will my glory be mocked with? Will you love illusions, have recourse to frauds? Know that the Lord singles out the faithful for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. So tremble and sin no more. Ponder it on your bed and sigh. Offer sacrifices in righteousness and trust in the Lord. Obviously, as Christian witches, we don't really actively hurt people for no reason. We don't curse and stuff, right? But if people are messing with you, there's a long history of asking God to sort them out. And another good one in that vein is Psalm 7. O Lord my God, in you I seek refuge. Deliver me from all my pursuers and save me, lest like a lion they tear me apart, rendering in pieces and no one save me. Same thing if you are sick or ailing or you're just sad and down and you want to lift your spirits and your health back up. You have, pieces of Psalms too. You don't have to use the whole thing. So Psalm 6, for instance, has a piece. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I languish. Heal me, O Lord, for my bones shake with terror. My whole being is stricken with terror. While you, Lord, oh how long, O Lord, turn, rescue me. Deliver me as befits your faithfulness. So all of these Psalms that King David, put up in here, there are a lot of really good ones. There are a lot that are centered on defeating enemies, but there are a lot that you can use creatively in other ways too. You can start, making songs about healing. You can make whole spells around certain Psalms that are based on retribution and justice, but also on wealth and on, good spirits and joy and faithfulness and all these other things. Psalms, especially in the Bible, is great for actually guiding the structures of your spell. The very next tool we're going to talk about is actually the Rosary. And I know a lot of Christian denominations have interesting feelings about the Rosary, feelings that I don't agree with at all, because the Rosary is honestly one of the best ways to not only connect with God, but specifically connect to Mary. In fact, if you look at a lot of Catholic sources, I will link one down below, the Rosary is kind of crazy powerful. And as one source that I linked says, when you're holding the Rosary, it's like you're holding Mama Mary's hand. And, she's got quite a big role up there. So when Mary comes, so too do the angels. But not just a couple, she's Queen of Angels. So all of these angels come with her. So many choirs of angels come with her. And where Mary goes, Jesus goes, because they are connected in that love. And where Jesus goes, the Holy Trinity goes, because they are all connected. So, and this is actually something King Kylie has said to me on TikTok, my friend. And it's true. When you say these Hail Marys and you pray to God and you have Mary pray with and beside you while you're doing it, you quite literally have pretty much 90% of heaven, if not 100% of heaven, just around you. That is very protective energy. And even the Catholic Church acknowledges that this is also a really great tool for meditation. So if you want to meditate with the Rosary, absolutely. But you want to say the words slowly, clearly, and really sink into it and really feel everyone's presence. This, I think, is great, before you start a spell, where you really want to get into that zone and get connected first. This is going to be your jam. And of course, also, Mary is absolutely terrifying to any kind of evil spirit trying to hurt you. So if you whip this out, yeah, chances are that whatever is coming after you is going to go running, because Mary is Mama Bear when it comes to, her flock and her children. And of course, in the vein of protection, you can't forget holy water. The thing about holy water that's really cool is that, Catholic sources, which again I will list below, kind of treat this like a multi-purpose, blessing tool. So, if you go to your church and you grab some holy water with priest permission, or you just kind of ask God to bless some water yourself, get some out yourself, there's actually a really good video on how to do that by Svegas Adesanya on TikTok. This thing can do a lot, okay? They're saying bless your workplace, bless your pets, bless your car, bless your house, bless yourself, bless the sick, This is kind of like a one-stop shop in that, you know, God's blessings are in this. And so you can, you know, cast out bad feelings. You can get rid of evil spirits. You can keep your space protected. Even gardens back in the day, people would throw holy water down on them in order to kind of bless those plants to make sure that they're having a good harvest. Because without that, you know, it's going to be a rough winter. So again, if you are doing a protection spell, or even just before you start a spell, especially if you're contacting any entities, it's good to just kind of like take just a little bit of holy water, do the sign of the cross, you know, ask God to protect you, and that's pretty much it. You are now blessed. And this will protect you a little bit as well when you are going around doing whatever you're doing. Because, guys, I will say, like, a little side note, when you do magic, sometimes things you don't want to notice you will notice you. They will notice that there's a lot of energy being thrown around, and they might come to investigate. Usually they're not going to do anything, but, you know, it's like having a mouse in your house. Mouse is cute, mouse is kind of harmless, you still don't want it on top of your stove. And another, honestly, is iconography. Definitely iconography. Whether it's just a cross that you're wearing, or that you lay it down, whether it's something like an angel statue to represent who you're trying to contact. These are great symbolic items. You know, for me, it's like, I like to have something to visualize, and so while I'm aware that, like, Jesus is not in a picture, while I'm aware that there's no actual angels in this, they are a focusing tool. So when I'm doing spell work with Jesus and angel, these are great focusers. They help me focus on who I'm talking to and who I'm trying to reach. And if you're doing angel magic too, of course, I mean, having an angel statue just makes sense. I know there's a lot to be said about graven images and stuff like that, but if you actually read The God of Old by James L. Hugel, what graven images meant is, like, completely different than what we're doing. Like, people thought their gods actually lived inside the doll. I don't think anyone's in this. I don't think Michael's actually inside of this thing. To me, it's just like a representation of the type of being I'm trying to contact. And the very last Christian tool, which honestly isn't really, like, specifically Christian, but is common, is candles. I mean, listen, if you're a Christian witch, I don't think any Christians are going to have a problem with you having candles. At least none that I know of. I grew up Catholic, keep in mind, and in my house we always lit a candle if someone died. We lit a candle, you know, to when we prayed for people. We lit candles for people, and we always did that. Regardless of witchcraft or magic or anything, my mom would always light a candle for someone. Candles obviously fall into the vein of candle magic. In candle magic, it depends entirely on your intention. If you want creativity, you might get an orange candle. If you want prosperity, you might get a green candle. And then you can anoint it with those holy waters and oils to bless it. And then you can use it as normal in any of your spell work. They're probably the most, like, common and easily accessible tools in spellwork there are. You can do an entire spell with nothing but a candle. So when we look at it, you know, the majority of our tools are absolutely geared towards protection, banishment, right, getting rid of evil things or bad things, geared towards, you know, getting justice, wealth and joy and prosperity too. Yeah, you can absolutely find things to do that, but Christian tools, I notice a main theme in them is that you are asking for something. You are asking for relief from something specifically. You are trying to get protection, trying to heal yourself or others. Those are the best things Christian tools are for, but of course you can do all kinds of spell work with them anyway. So, keep that in mind, take a look through Psalms for any of your future spells, and I will see you guys around next week for more discussion on all things Christian witchcraft. See ya! By the way, if you want to see these videos 2 weeks earlier, consider subscribing to my Patreon, where you not only get all these videos, but also recipe cards, specific deity profiles, and lots of other interesting things to look at. Video tiers start at $10 a month, so definitely consider checking it out.